Forever blanking on words. Okay, I wanted to do the 50 facts about me, kind of like as an introductory to my channel if this ever actually takes off, because knowing me, anything could happen. But anyways, I wanted to do the 50 facts, but then I made a list of 50 facts and I was just like, this is a lot of information. So I cut it down into half to do 25 facts about me that I think make me who I am. Sounds super cheesy. Let's just get into it. So the first fact, which I think is quite important, is my name. So if you look on my birth certificate or any legal documents, it is Catherine, my first name. But most people, they'll either call me Kat or Katie, and then also just Catherine. Any of those I'll go by. Don't have a preference. I'm 23 years old, slowly getting older because that is how age works. I currently live in North Carolina, live in the mountains of North Carolina. But prior to moving here, I grew up in Texas for about 15 years. And prior to that, my family lived in Hawaii for about 6 years. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in English language linguistics. Oh my god, I messed it up. English language learning and linguistics. And then my minor was Russian. My future goal is to be an English teacher, but I also really want to get my master's in TESOL, teaching English as a second language. And that leads into the next fact, which is I am obsessed with languages. I started taking linguistics classes and I fell in love with languages. I love them so much. I love not only studying them, but I also love just seeing how they're used within different societies, how they change and evolve throughout the ages, and also how they work in your brain, how your brain functions with languages. Everything about languages and linguistics I'm a nerd for. I've taken 2 years of Spanish, which are kind of non-existent because we basically only watched Disney movies and learned the colors and random stuff. I'm currently studying Spanish for another reason right now. And I took 2 years in University of Russian, and I studied Korean when I was in Korea, and then I studied Italian when I was in Italy, and now I'm right now studying Spanish. I really should study more, but I am a procrastinator. I've done 2 study abroad programs when I was in university. Both of them were in South Korea. The first one was in the summer of 2016. I went to Changwon or Masan, which is kind of the southeast area of South Korea. Most people don't really know about it. At least most foreigners don't, because it's not a big area. But Changwon, Masan area is below Busan. And I don't know how far it is, maybe 2 hours by bus, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. What is this hair doing right here? Let's just fix that. But yeah, I was there for about 3 weeks doing a cultural exchange. And then in the spring of 2017, I went back, but I went to Seoul to do 1 semester of study abroad there. And I loved it. And that's where I took 2 Korean classes. But yeah, so I did 2 study abroads, and then I'm also doing 2 teaching internships this year. I did 1 internship, which was in Italy, and it was only for 3 months. It was a volunteer internship. And then this coming September, so this coming fall, I will be going to Spain for a year working as a teaching assistant. My favorite hobbies, because everybody has to know people's hobbies, are reading, writing, painting, traveling, journaling. I really like to journal. My favorite season is autumn. There's a few reasons. First, it's because I've never actually experienced an autumn, like an authentic autumn. Which sounds really weird. It's because I grew up on an island that was basically tropical all year round, and then I grew up in the middle of a desert, which was basically summer all year round. And so I've never seen or lived in a place that has 4 seasons. And autumn is the one season I have yet to actually see and like live in. Also, Halloween is my favorite holiday. I love all the autumnal like scents and just like the colors and the fashion. Autumn is, I love autumn. I have been a vegetarian for a little, I'd say it'll be 2 years this coming November. When I came back from Korea, I became a vegetarian. I freaking love Disney. Anything Disney related, I am here for. Disney World is my happy place. Like legitimately the happiest place I've ever been. And I've been around the world, and that will forever be my happy place. Maybe because it's kind of like nostalgic, but also it's just, I love Disney. My favorite Disney character is Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. The movie came out right when my family moved from Hawaii to Texas. So like watching the movie made me remember my life in Hawaii, and it holds a special place in my heart. And like, who couldn't love a fluffy blue dog alien booger eating creature and a little girl that is not afraid to stand up for herself and feeds fish peanut butter and jelly sandwiches while taking stalker pictures of people on the beach. Honestly, it's great. I hate clutter. I loathe clutter. It makes me anxious just looking at clutter. So that's why I find cleaning very, very therapeutic, because like just organizing and setting things in the right spot, oh, such a big stress reliever. Speaking of clutter, I do allow myself to collect things, antique tins, and then I also like to collect postcards. Matryoshka dolls are the Russian nesting dolls. I also collect washi tape, but that's a problem that I need to solve. One of my happiest and scariest moments of my life happened at the same time. It was right after I graduated from high school. I went on a trip to South Padre Island, which is in Texas. I went on a like boat ride where we went into the ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, and we spotted a pod of bottlenose dolphins. It's always been a dream of mine to swim with dolphins in the ocean. So we jumped in, me and the 5 other people on the boat jumped in the water and swam with the dolphins. But it was also very, very terrifying because like dolphins, first off, are massive when you actually get in the water with them. They are so big, it is ridiculous how tiny or like how slim and like small they look like on the screen. They're huge. It's intimidating. Also, it was in the middle of the ocean. Our like tour guide, she was talking about how last week in the same area she saw a shark jump out of the water, and so that was terrifying. And also dolphins, like if you don't like look closely, they kind of look like sharks. Especially if you're in the water and kind of just looking down with your little goggles and you just see black or like dark things moving under you. It's terrifying, but it was a great experience. I have never sprained or broken a bone. Knock on wood. Yeah, I've never done that. The only thing I've done, I jammed my pinky multiple times when I used to play basketball. And the only surgery I've had is I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out, but other than that, free. I am super optimistic. I think this is like my favorite like personality trait about myself, is that I'm really, really optimistic. I'm like the type of friend who, if like somebody's having a bad day or like just nothing is going right and like they're telling me about it, I'll be that one that will just randomly spew inspirational quotes to try to uplift their mood and try to make them think positive. I'm that annoying friend. Yeah. I am a Slytherin. Although the only thing I don't like is living in a dungeon. Like that, no. I'm not gonna live in a dungeon. I refuse, and we're not evil. Does this look like an evil? Does this look like an evil face? No. The answer is no. I am a sun and moon Pisces and a Taurus rising. Yeah. This kind of goes with my Pisces, which is why I think it's accurate. But I spend basically half the day in reality and half the day in daydreaming. I do this thing, I didn't even know how to explain it. I didn't even know I did it until like friends told me. But I do this thing where I will just be like out in public, like out with friends or doing something, and I'll just suddenly stare at one spot. Kind of like That's So Raven whenever she gets a vision, except I don't do like that. I just kind of like, for a few minutes, my mind kind of just goes somewhere else. That is a habit I have lost control of. I feel like this is gonna be a very confrontational fact. I despise cilantro. Cilantro is the one food that I dislike the taste of. It's genetics. My favorite social media site is Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I could spend hours on Pinterest. I often do. I would say pins on Pinterest is another hobby of mine that is out of control. But yeah, I really love Pinterest. I am an INFP. That is my personality trait. If you go on 16 personalities, I highly recommend. It's very fascinating to see like what personality you are categorized into. But I'm an INFP, which is in the diplomatic personalities, and it's known as the mediator. I am a morning dove, not a night owl. I used to be a night owl when I was in high school, but then I switched and I'm now a morning dove, which basically means I love the mornings. I am one of those people that loves natural like sunlight, especially a room or windows that face the sunrise. So like you kind of rise with the sun. That's how I am. I love it so much. If I sleep in past 9 a.m., I basically feel very anxious the whole day, and I feel like I wasted so much time. The last thing, which I should have put this on my hobbies, and now that I'm thinking about it, but I completely forgot. Another hobby, I guess you could say, I really enjoy is exercising, particularly jogging and any type of cardio kind of stuff, and then Pilates. If I don't like move around a lot for a day, I feel horrible. I feel like I just ate a ton of chocolate cake, even though I didn't, and I just, you know, I feel like a blob. I feel like a ditto. No offense to ditto. Those are the 25 facts about me. If they have anything in common, you know, let me know. So yeah, I will see you in my next video.